Hi, this is Phil Landers, designated broker at Keller Williams Real Estate Company. Today we're going to have career conversations with Phil where we're going to showcase our top agents. We're going to be learning about their systems, their strategies, and their mindsets on building big businesses. We're changing lives and living the dream. Welcome to another edition of Career Conversations with Phil. Today, our featured guest is Bethany Culley. And Bethany is a realtor in the Central Mississippi real estate area and doing about $13 million worth of production. So Bethany, what were you doing before real estate?
Retail.
Retail. Tell me more about that.
I worked in Metro Center Mall, North Park Mall, did retail.
Okay.
My parents saw real estate. My grandparents saw real estate. So I already had my license, but I was determined I was not going to sell real estate full time.
You were determined you were not going to do real estate.
I was not going to do that.
And yet you went into the retail business, which I'm assuming is kind of a commission structure.
Yeah.
Was it a salary type structure or both? Both. So you're familiar with salary plus commission. Okay.
Exactly.
So before real estate, we're in retail. So how long did you do that?
Off and on 10 years.
Off and on for 10 years. So what moved you over into real estate? Did your family put the hard squeeze on you?
Well, no, Dad got sick.
Dad got sick.
Got sick. I already had my license. Mom was taking care of him. He had a heart transplant.
Okay.
So she said, I said, I'll make you a deal. I'm not medical at all. You take care of Dad, I'll take care of the clients. And then, everybody knows once this is in your blood, that's what you're doing.
Once it's in your blood. So you moved over, you changed because of a hardship in the family. Mm-hmm. You moved over and started doing real estate. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I want to make sure I understand. Your mom said, I'll take care of Dad, you take care of the business. Is that kind of how that went down?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how that went down. So you were thrown into the fire pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So what did you learn during that time of being thrown into the fire, so to speak?
Oh, wow. Just still, I'm taking care of her buyers and stuff. Still had to get out and get more buyers and find more people and networking. That was the big thing.
Okay.
A friend of mine was president of the chamber in Madison, and he said, you need to get involved. And he threw me in. And first year, I was ambassador of the year. So Lions Club threw me in Lions Club. So all those type of organizations I had neck deep in immediately.
So from your perspective, you were working very hard to be seen, to be visible, to be engaged, to be involved in different areas so that you could meet as many people as possible.
Yes.
Okay. And so how long were you in real estate with the Culley company?
About full-time 2 years.
Full-time 2 years.
Dad passed away.
Okay.
And Mom had been doing it forever, but she didn't have systems, models, all that. It was just Mom and Dad, and that was it. So a friend of mine was opening a new franchise and said, come work with me.
Okay.
Why don't you make $100,000 a year? I said, girls in Jackson don't do that. And she said, yes, they do. I'll show you how.
Right.
So I convinced Mom, and we went and worked at that franchise for 17 years, I think.
17 years.
Yeah. And then I've been here 8 years.
So let's stay with the previous franchise for just a minute. Mm-hmm. So you were there. And so what was going on in your world? Were you successful in that franchise?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was very driven, very, goal oriented, very driven. I saw women that had 40 listings. They were number one in the whole state. And I'm like, I'm gunning for them. And I finished number two. 2 years, I hit number 2 in the state of Mississippi with that franchise out of 432 agents.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
So what do you contribute your success to? Now, you've already said that you were driven. Mm-hmm. So what specifically were you doing that led you to number 2 in the franchise? Just
beating the bushes, out, networking, talking to people. I know now not to be a Pop-Tart realtor, but then somebody called and said, can you show me a house in an hour? I jumped up and did it.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't recommend it now for people, but at the time to help build business, I did what I needed to do.
You did what you needed to do. And obviously you were very good at number 2 in the nation, or 2 in the state in that franchise. So let me ask you, so you're doing so well. Things are going great for you. Mm-hmm. You're being very seen, very visible in that franchise. That's your brand. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your thought process switching over to Keller Williams. Why Keller Williams?
There were some personal issues at the other company.
Okay.
And then I'd met with you before, and then I came back and started looking at the numbers. And, everybody says, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. It's not this. It's not this. So I started paying more attention to the numbers. At the time, your team leader was great. It was someone I knew and respected.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't now, just at the time.
Putting that
out there as an influence. And I sat down with her and with you, and we looked at the numbers. And walking out the door of that company was a $13,000 raise if I did nothing else.
Wow. Very cool. So you got a raise. So what about your business? Did you continue to grow your business that first year of Keller? Mm-hmm. Was it everything that you expected? What did you learn?
Well, actually, first year, as soon as I got here, I'm like, I'm taking over this company. This is mine. Mom got sick.
Gotcha.
So that knocked me back down a little bit. I came here March 8 years ago, and she passed away June. But the good thing was, I kept working, and right at the end, I said, I had 3 buyers call, and I said, I can't do this. So I turned to Stephanie and Pam and Susanna and said, help. And they said, fine. So they took my buyers, and then 2 other listings were under contract. So they took all that. So I took maybe a week or 2 off, but it was nice to have a little downtime. And then in July, I had referral checks.
Yeah.
So I didn't lose, and I am a recipient of a Jackson Cares benefit. So the whole culture, being thrown in immediately to the culture, meant so much. So
yeah. So let's hang out there just a little bit, because a lot of people will say, I came over for the money because the money is so good, but I'm staying because of the culture.
Oh, yeah.
And so you experienced that firsthand. Your Keller Williams family stepped in during a time when you were going through a very difficult season with family situations, and came alongside you.
Yeah. I walked in from hospice, and Janelle Marshall was in my kitchen, and Dee Dent was in my kitchen. And I think Marshall was in my kitchen. Yeah. Must have been really bad. But they were all there cleaning my house and getting it ready, and people started coming in with food, and I just walked in and went to the back. But, they just handled it, and it meant a lot.
Well, we're so glad that we are able to stand in the gap when people need it. That's who we are, and that's at our heart. And so the culture, you've got that firsthand. So YKW, you felt like that you came over because you're going to get a raise if you did nothing, and then you're able to experience the culture right off the bat.
Exactly.
Tell me about your production, because people would like to know, what did you do at Keller Williams? What went on so that you can continue to grow your business?
I get just like I said, getting out, following up, talking to people. I've always done recipe cards.
Right.
I've always mailed those out. New at the company cards, different things like that, just to create excitement. But my business has mostly been personal word of mouth.
Personal word of mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
My sister's moving to town. Can you help her? My parents have died. Can you help us? It's mostly been that. It hasn't. I'm not in the Zillow, Realtor.com. I've tried everything, but those just don't work. It's the personal touch.
Personal touch.
And that's what makes the difference.
And having your business, having your database. Okay, so let me ask you, profit sharing. Are you experiencing profit sharing?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me more a little bit about that. What is that doing for you?
Culley my son Culley is going to be a junior this year. He's special needs, so he's been held back some, but his college will be funded. The twins are going in 10th grade. So I made a pact with myself for 9th grade not to touch that money unless it's a major emergency. So 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, 100% of profit share is going into a savings account for them. So when they get to college, I already have other savings and I already have other stuff, but for 4 years of profit share sitting there, they will be.
That's exciting. So profit sharing is paying for college.
It's going to pay for college.
That is freaking exciting. I love to hear those kind of stories.
Now, they don't know that.
Right.
They think they have to get scholarships. So if they get scholarships and they don't need that money.
Mom's the word. Don't tell them.
Yeah, don't tell them. They don't want you.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the training here at Keller Williams. What kind of training do you advise a new agent or even an experienced agent? I know that you attend a lot of things.
Take everything. Everything. Ignite is good. He made me take Ignite when I first started. I thought, what do I need that for? Learned a lot. Loved it. I love now that I am teaching. That's my base. I love teaching. I didn't even know I liked it.
Right.
I did a little teaching at the old franchise around the state, but I didn't know how much I liked it till I came here. So, can
I ask you a question about that? So, do you find that when you're actually teaching, it reinforces what you need to do and you do it.
Yeah.
So in other words, you are moving towards mastery of the very thing that you teach.
Right.
So you've experienced that.
I've experienced that.
Okay.
I've learned more and more, and that's kind of my more expertise. I'm still love first-time home buyers, but listings are where it's at.
Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit about your numbers. So you're a top agent in our market. Do you know your numbers?
Yes.
Okay. What I find is that most people do know their numbers. What was your goal for this year?
This year's goal was $15 million.
$15 million.
And
okay.
I'm going to try. I'm taking bold. So I'm going to try. We'll do that next, but I'm taking bold.
Is there a try?
There is no try. I'm taking bold. I plan on doing 15 minutes. It's going to be pouring it on really, really, really hard because just personal things going on. I've taken a hit this year.
So we have personal things going on in your life that you've taken a hit. We know that the market has shifted somewhat. So there's a double hit there.
Yeah.
And so we know that from the shift book, it's not about the market, it's what you do. It's the activities that you do.
Right.
So what
it's mindset.
Yes, it's big time mindset.
It's huge mindset.
So you got to get out of the bed every morning and you got to go to work.
You got to charge to the jungle since I'm a rhino.
So let's talk about what a typical day looks like for Bethany Culley. Do you time block?
No.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
That's on the goal list. I've always wanted to time block. I have not done it, but this will be my 7th time to take bold, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm all in this time.
You're all in this time. So are you telling me the previous times you weren't all in?
No.
Okay. No. Did it affect your business any?
Well, I learned a little bit of a nugget each time that helped. Whether, it always helps.
Right.
You learn one thing and run with it. So that's always helped, but I just have never been 100% all in.
Gotcha.
So this time also, I don't have a team.
Right.
I don't have a group. We have a rhino crash of agents that work together.
Gotcha.
So, and we're all in one room together. And that's kind of making a difference. We sit and talk and have meetings and throw ideas and try and encourage each other. So having this group
Rhino crash.
Having the rhino crash is going to really, really help because 3 of the 5, I think, are taking bold.
That's exciting. That's exciting. So you see this, do you see it as a cost or do you see it as an investment?
Oh, it's an investment. It's not cost.
Well, most top agents see it as an investment.
It's a total investment.
And so I wanted you to be clear on whether or not you see it as a cost or investment. So it's an investment, and it's an investment in all likelihood that you'll get paid back at 100%.
Right.
Because the Market Center has a reimbursement program. Yeah. Okay, so tell me more about why this time you're going to play all out and last times you didn't. What changed?
Having the crash has helped a lot.
Okay. So you're telling me having the crash, and the crash are people, your peers, friends that are realtors that are
I mentor.
You're having daily conversations about real estate.
Yeah.
And that you're mentoring. And so it's put you at a place of leadership and leaders lead.
Right.
Right.
And some other things have settled.
Okay. Other things in your life have settled.
The Supreme Court lawsuit is over. That's settled.
Gotcha.
The rental house is sold. That's settled.
Right. So you're in a different place in your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm ready.
Let me ask you this question. That's a very interesting topic because we know that people are at all different places in their lives, right? We always have, everybody has things going on.
Right.
And we have to deal with those things. Would you say that the previous 6 times that you've taken it and you've gotten a nugget every time, because you've gotten a nugget and because you're growing every time, there is a progressive, every time you get a little bit stronger, a little bit more, you get a little more engaged. Would you say that that's a natural path?
It's a natural path. So if you take it once and you don't, your business doesn't triple, well, so you learned enough, your business may double.
Okay.
So take it again. Take it again. And you get a little bit more each time. The thing is the accountability and implementing what all you learn. Learning it and not implementing it does you nothing.
That's right. So it's about implementation.
Yes.
And so you're getting better at implementation?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me ask you, do you ever use scripts?
It's funny. I study the scripts and I've learned the scripts and I've picked them up and I'll get on the phone with somebody and I'll catch myself doing a script that's, that's not necessarily a bold script, but it's a script that I've learned over and over and over. So yes, once I get somebody on the phone, it follows the script. Are you pre-approved? Have you been looking? Are you working with another realtor? That's the script.
Absolutely.
So all that just says, yes. So that falls into place.
Perfect. Well, so what you're telling me is that you've looked at the scripts over and over and over, and you've internalized them and you've personalized them and made them your own so that they are effective and work for you in the way you speak and act and talk.
Exactly.
Perfect. So besides Bold, what other classes have you attended?
I'm a certified residential specialist, and they have some of the greatest classes. And I know franchises want you to be all in with their stuff, but CRS classes are wonderful, and it's not just a designation. It's harder to get these things.
Right.
Those are great classes. Still just taking our required CE, those type things, continually taking those, whether in classroom form or online.
Gotcha.
The C2EX, I would encourage everybody to sign up. It's free. It's hour a day for 2 weeks, but it's a really good, had a lot of good information in that.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that you're a very learning-based person.
Yes.
You take every class you can.
Yeah.
You read books. I see you brought a couple of books. What are these books about?
Okay. This one's called You're a Badass. How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. It's a wonderful book.
Okay.
And then if y'all have never read this guy, he's on some of the morning shows. Sometimes I interview him on Fox. He's been on the CNN show that has the money-based shows and that. Larry Winget. And it's You're Broke Because You Want to Be, and How to Stop Getting By and Start Getting Ahead. And it's another great book. Of course, Dave Ramsey's books are wonderful, but I actually have about 4 books going at one time.
And of course, we have Financial Peace that's going to be going off in the Market Center. So we're all about creating wealth and helping our agents create wealth. We have a partnership with Regions to create you a business account and a tax account. Are you taking advantage of those?
I already have those. Not with Regions, but I've had those forever.
That's fine. So you're setting your business up and running it.
And I'm an LLC, and it's set up as a business.
And run it like a business. Are you taking advantage of the free CE classes we're providing that are related to wealth building?
Not yet. That's on my list of things to do.
So those are things that the Market Center is offering. You need to take advantage of those. So do you think you've reached your potential?
No, hell no. Oh, heck no. Nope.
Okay, so what's next for Bethany? What is next for Bethany Culley?
Doubling my listings. I'm working with a showing agent, so that's freeing up a lot of my time.
Gotcha.
She does that. Comes back. Leverage, definitely leverage. Because I'm all about traveling, all about concerts. So my numbers may not double, but the people around me are going to make more. I'm still going to make money. They're going to make more, and I've got more free time.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of the plan.
So from your perspective, and you've been a seasoned veteran for some time, what do you think it takes for an average agent out there, a new agent, or even an agent's been around for a while, there's business not where they want to do? What advice would you give a new agent or an experienced agent's business not where they want?
Attach yourself to a mentor. People that get in and think they know what they're doing, or I can learn this, you need a mentor.
Okay.
Somebody, a transaction coordinator is not necessarily a mentor, but definitely get a mentor. For an example, and I'm going to pick on Sandra Heinzman. She'd been a licensed agent 3 years, came to KW, did okay, but didn't know a lot. Well, one day I realized she's in my downline. Right. I didn't know that. And I got a profit share check, and I went, oh, I need to reach out to Sandra. So I reached out to Sandra. I said, what are you doing? How are you doing? She goes, I need help. I said, come on. So she moved into the Madison office, and she's done a ton more business since then.
Good for you.
And then a couple agents or buyers I've met, like office sign calls and stuff, not necessarily referral, but didn't jihad. Just didn't jihad with me. And Sandra, complimenting Sandra, being 40 years experience as a teacher, is way more patient with some things.
Right.
So she picked up those 2 clients, took off. She's got one's already closed, the other one she's closing, and I'll get a referral fee. And I didn't have to show them houses every weekend and put up with them. So I'm helping her build her wealth, and I'm still getting some money.
Yeah.
And I relieved a lot of frustration.
So it's leverage.
Yeah.
It's leads, it's listings, and it's leverage. So it's exactly what Gary teaches in the Million Dollar Real Estate book. And you are implementing that at a very high level and pouring into people. Awesome job, Bethany. I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, have you ever received 100% of your commission check?
Every year I've been here. I'm a little behind this year. Usually I get it in 3 months.
Right. 3 months. So in 3 months.
I usually cap in 3 months.
So we call it capping. So in 3 months, you're on 100% for the rest of the year.
Right.
Outstanding.
We're out of April, May, June. We're into the 4th month, and I haven't capped yet, but I'm very, very, very close.
Yeah. And so I see that as a natural state. Agents get in the business the first year and they don't cap, possibly not in the second year, but about the 3rd year, they're starting to move towards that. And every year it seems like they were able to cut off a month, cut off a month, cut off a month. And it's a great thing to see because it really is wealth without limits.
It is.
And I'm so excited that you're a part of that family. So is there anything that I didn't think of that you would like to recommend to an agent that's listening out there on how they can grow their business?
One way is to buy into and go to Mega Camp and go to Family Reunion. I don't make both of them every year. I just can't. But at least go to one of them. It's great networking with fellow agents, but you can meet agents from around the country. They're happy to share their ideas. You can, if you've got a friend or sorority sister or something in another city that's been thinking about real estate, invite them to come and meet you there, and you may get them in your downline.
Yeah, how cool is it to be able to go to Mega Camp and sit there and listen to the author of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book or the author of the Shift book that has so much experience. We always get one nugget. I had a guy when my first year going, he said, Phil, it's life-changing. Would you describe it as life-changing?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
listening to Gary talk and how smart he is and what all he knows. And while we're out there in the day-to-day in the trenches, you know, people's butts in our car, we're showing houses, we're doing this. He's studying, he and the other smart ones are studying what Emmons says and these other franchises and what the market's doing and how it's changing. And then he's giving us that information. Because if I listened to that all day, I still wouldn't get it. That's not my thing. But he's listening to all that and not keeping it for himself. He's sharing it with all of us.
Right. And the way I would describe it, life-changing, I know people go, life-changing, really a convention, a real estate convention. But here's the deal. You go and you learn one nugget, like you're saying, that you implement in your business, and it can change the trajectory of your business for the rest of your life and your financial future for yourself and for your family. So it's one of those things you need to invest in yourself. You need to go, and I agree with you on that. So what's next for Bethany? What's the next 5-year plan look like for you, Bethany?
5-year plan is mostly focused on downline. Growing my downline. Public announcement, I'm getting married next month.
Great.
Get that out there. So that's going to be a big change.
Very nice, yes.
And now I'll have a partner to help me because he's got that analytical type thing.
Gotcha.
Eventually, may get him licensed to get him come to work at some point.
Okay.
But for growing downline, that's my, keep up what I'm doing now, not working twice as hard, working smarter, helping other agents.
It's all about helping people and the number of people that you can help. And I think as long as we keep that focus on how we can serve other people and help other people, you will grow a big downline and you'll receive that profit sharing that will pay for colleges and your future life.
Weddings, colleges.
Yes, absolutely.
Second house on the lake somewhere,
So I want to thank you for sacrificing your time and sharing your life a little bit with our agents. We'll have you back again and go a little deeper. And so we're changing lives and living the dream.
This has been a production of Keller Williams Realty in Flowood, Mississippi, located at 132 Riverview Drive, Suite A. To contact our offices, call us at 601-977-9411.